What is good, guys? It's Mystic Frost here, and today we are up against our boy Logan. This is our second round locals match. I did lose game 1, but unfortunately we wasn't able to record that. But now we are moving into game 2, so at the minute we are 0-1. Logan has been on a branded Dark World deck recently, so it'll be quite interesting to see what we do. I won the dice roll, and I start off with Circular. It's a one-off now, but I still open it in my hand. Logan does go to Ash Circular, however you cannot Ash Circular because it is a cost, so therefore it is unashable. And I suppose that's why Circular gets banned. So I send the Nabbler to grave for the Circular effect. Next up, I special summon the Sigma from hand because I don't control a monster in the extra zone. And I activate the Circular effect to add the Spell or Trap. And I said, Logan, now you can Ash, and he, of course, does decide to Ash to stop the Spell or Trap. Next up, I overlay into the Alibertion. On summon, the cost is to detach 2, and then it searches for any Mathmech card from deck. So Logan's already used his Ash this turn. You can see another Ash in hand, but Ash is once per turn, so he has shotgun that Ash there. I add the diameter, I normal summon the diameter, and diameter effect now activates target in the circular to special summon it back. From here I decide to link 2. We are going into the Splash Mage, of course, and there is the Splash Mage. We activate the Splash Mage effect, target in the circular to spec that back in defense mode. I activate Addition, target in the Splash Mage, so it gains 1000 attack, and I can spec Addition from my hand. So it's always nice to have an extender. So then from here, I was having a little think about what I wanted to do, and decided to just go straight into the transcode. Then activate the transcode effect to bring back the Splash Mage, and then from here I use the Splash and the Addition to go into the Heat Soul. I shuffle the deck here because we have searched, so we are paying 1000 life points so we can get a draw. So always get your opponent to cut your deck for you if you're going to draw a card after digging. That way you can make sure everything is okay. So Logan, bless him, just put the deck back where it needs to be. So we draw our card, we set 2. I have a look in the extra deck, see if I want to go into the terahertz, but decide against it and decide to do the Heat Soul control. So from here now, Logan has drew. So explaining that the powered up 3300 and 2800, and of course they can't be targeted due to being co-linked. And during the standby phase, I pay 1000 life points to draw another card. Now Logan does have Ash Blossom in his hand, so I'm very surprised he didn't Ash that draw, because you don't want to give your opponent the opportunity to add more hand traps, but he decided not to. I don't know why. He's obviously having a good think about it. He's having a look at his hand. He's seeing that he hasn't got a whole lot he can do. And we did have a chat after the game. And even though Branded Dark World is a deck, it's clashing a lot for him. So he discards the Branded Red to spec the 2500 Dragon. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Albion Dragon or something. And he's just explained what it does, that because it's from hand, he can special summon it. And then from there, I believe he just passes. He's having a good think about it, and he can't really do much else. So, but another thing I don't understand is why he didn't swing into Alibertion, because, of course, Alibertion is only on 2k, so that would get some damage on the field, if nothing else. But he just passed his turn, so I'll draw for turn. In the standby phase, again, I pay 1000 to draw a card. So I've actually done 3000 damage to myself at this point. I'll be honest with you, I can't remember what I drew. But I'll have a look through, and I think I go to access code here. I think I do the transcode and Alibertion into access code, which is, of course, the link 4. Target the transcode to give it the 3k attack, and then I use transcode's effect to pop his dragon. and then I can swing for 53 and 28, which takes us game 1. So, and that is game 1. So Logan didn't do too well there with his opening hand, bless him. He did seem to brick a little. His Dark World cards and his branded cards really did not blend well together there. So we just obviously just re-piecing together the deck. And we look into siding. I think Logan actually forgot about siding here initially. It was only when I picked up my deck to side, that's when he kind of realised, oh yeah, siding. So I know branded in Dark World is a bit of a tricky one to try and side in for. So I'm having a real good think about what I want to add in, because if those combos start popping off, they are going to pop off. So I've put down 6 cards there, which I'm looking to side in. I do believe I do show to the camera what I take out and what I put in now. So hopefully that is correct for this game as well. And if so, we can go over that in just a few moments. Logan siding out a couple of cards as well, which is always good to see. Logan, I tell you what, as a player, has actually came along quite nicely. He's actually starting to get a couple of wins under his belt as he goes as well, so it's good to see. So there's the 6 cards which I've selected to take out, and there we go. So you saw the Foolish Burial there, in addition to Subtract, Power Exceed, and I'm siding in the Dark Wall of No Mores and the, oh god, what are they called? Sage the Floors, I want to say. It's 2900 attack, and you can special summon it by popping the card you control and what your opponent controls. Only reason why I put them in is because I know Logan has Skull Drain in his deck, or at least in his side. I know he sides it, so, and I don't want to risk coming across that. So I wanted to play an out which wasn't just like Cosmic Cyclone. I wanted to, because at the end if they come up, they can also help get over any monsters that I'm struggling with. So quite interesting card. Logan's chosen to go first here, so we're just doing a bit of hard shuffling, which is always good to do after siding. And yeah, so we go into round 2 here. Like I said, Logan is going first, so, but let's just take a moment to appreciate that lovely judge mat. How nice is that mat looking? And yeah, so let's get into round 2. So we draw our starting 5 cards. And yeah, there we go. Oh, ignore the dog. So as you saw there on the end, we've got the Firewall Defensor. So if Logan has no interruptions, we have our 1 card starter. So he does start making plays here. Started off with, I can't remember what the card's called, but basically you send it to the graveyard to add the Dark World gates. So he now activates gates. So from there, he banishes that for cost, sends a card to grave to draw a card, which is fine. And then that, when banished, special summons itself. And then Grapha has no target, so it can't activate. Logan's having a little read here of the cards in his hands. I've got that Imperm in hand as well, which I can shoot off as and when needed. So as you can see there, Logan's got his Dark Rule of No More in hand as well. Really not sure why he sided that in one going first. That is a card you want to see one going second. So as you can see there, it bricked. So he passes there, 2 face down, and just there, 1800 defense body. So I normal summon the Firewall Defensor. Firewall Defensor, if you don't know what it does, when it is linked off for link material, you can special summon another Firewall monster from your deck. So I link off the Firewall Defensor for Lingeribo, which will now trigger the Firewall Defensor. I believe I special summon here the Firewall Guardian. Yep. Firewall Guardian, when it's sent to the graveyard as link material, it special summons itself from the graveyard, but then it's banished when it leaves the field. So I link those two off for the Splash Mage, which will now trigger the Firewall Guardian. So here comes Guardian, and then Splash Mage effect to target Defensor, and there's Defensor back. Now here I overlay into the Alibertion. The Alibertion on summon effect attached to add a Mathmech card from deck to hand. And because Guardian has been sent to the graveyard as material, it does not get banished. So that's always nice when that happens. So I add the circular, and now I activate the circular effect, because why not? I send the Diameter to grave, because I believe I've already got the Nebula in hand. So it's circular. Now I activate Alibertion effect, so I can tribute a card I control to special summon a Mathmech from hand or graveyard. So I tribute itself. Yep, so I tribute itself, and then I special summon the Nebula from hand. Logan is holding that skill drain there, which is, I knew he had that. Obviously the summon will still go through regardless, because it tributes for cost, which means it's off the field, so it dodges that skill drain effect. But for whatever reason, I don't believe he activates it here. In all honesty, that skill drain face down, he should have activated like when Splash Mage came out, to stop me from getting the extenders of going into Alibertion. Because if he activated it there, I would have just been left with Splash Mage on the field. What are you going to do with Splash Mage? You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to do much, are you? From here as well, having a little think about things, we decide to link 2 for Update Jammer. And then we link 3 for Transcode. Transcode effect to bring back the Update Jammer. But again, he's got the skill drain. He just needs to activate the skill drain. I don't understand why he hasn't yet. Come on, Logan. He's thinking, it's there. He activates the skill drain. Pay the 1,000 life points, so I'm stuck with Transcode. Transcode cannot bring anything back. So that is A-okay. I'm having a little read, and then just decide, you know what, cool, let's do this. I activate the Monster Reborn from the Mathmechs, which brings back any Mathmech monster and powers it up by 1,000. That monster's defense is 21 due to Dark World Gates. So I set one, which is the Imperm. As you can see, I set that Imperm in the skill drain column. So therefore, I can, as long as he has a monster on the field, I can activate the Imperm to target his monster and negate that skill drain. So Alibertion's back with 3k attack. I set 2 more. One of those is the Super Factorial. Transcode takes out the monster, and then 3k directly. Now, I actually made an illegal play there. I should not have been able to attack with both monsters because I activated Mathmech Circular's effect. When Mathmech Circular effect is activated, you can only attack with one monster that turn. So that was actually illegal. Logan should not have lost that 3,000 life points at that stage. So I don't believe it makes a difference in the end, because we do just then steamroll again in a few moments. But I always like to point out my misplays as I go, because it's the best way to learn. To put it simply, I'm putting this out on the internet, and now the internet will see that I misplayed horribly. But yeah, so Logan's discarding, bashing, special summoning, doing a whole lot of things here. However, I think this is where he's now realising that the skill drain is messing himself up more than what it's doing anything to me. Because I've got bodies on the field. you activate that skill drain a little bit too late into my turn in order to really cripple my board. But live and learn. He normal summons Albaz. Unfortunately, though, he cannot use the Albaz effect, which is a shame because that would have taken him straight into Mirror Jade. He's having a look through his XEs. He decides to overlay into Tornado Dragon. And I thought initially, oh, he's going to pop his own skill drain, but he chooses not to. And again, though, he just passes, even though he's got a stronger monster. So that is what it is. So target the thing, and it negates the skill drain because it's in the column. So, and then from here I go into access code. Access code, of course, targets the transcode, which was used as its material, giving it the 3k attack. And then I banish one to pop the Tornado Dragon. Oh, sorry, I popped this back row. Yeah, banish one to pop the Tornado Dragon here. And then swing for 5-3 for game. Like I said, that shouldn't have been game, but there we go.